Hey there and welcome everyone. My name is Shayna Purser and I am the HHCC coordinator for the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. We are so excited that you're able to join us for today's webinar series, the Caregiver Community Connection, C3, presented by the Elizabeth Dole Foundation and powered by our partners at Wounded Warrior Project. We're also very pleased to have the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs join us as partners for this series as well. Today's C3, Maintaining Balance, Online Yoga for Caregivers, will feature Ellen McKay with Yoga for Caregivers. Before we get started, I want to mention to all attendees that this will be recorded and will be available under the Guides tab on HHCC and on our website at hiddenheroes.org/C3. Also, we would love to hear suggestions on future topics to discuss and speakers to feature. So if you have any ideas, please send them our way. And you'll just send those to us via hhcc.events/ideas. So with all that said, we will be taking questions toward the end of today's session. Today's moderator, Megan, will be hanging out in the chat box. Be sure to submit any questions using the Q&A box located in the Zoom control panel. We will be taking note of all these questions and getting them answered live during our Q&A. Today, we will be selecting 4 winners from our webinar participants during the episode. To enter the drawing, just engage with us in the chat, ask a question, anything really, anything goes within reason. And today's winners will be receiving a free Hidden Heroes yoga mat, which I'm really excited to feature. These things are pretty neat. So today's C3 also features closed captioning. If you would like to disable it, just go to the live transcript button in the control panel and click Disable Auto Transcription. It can be disabled at any time during the webinar should you decide you don't want to have that feature shown. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Ellen as we get started. Welcome, Ellen.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to be here. I am so excited to share this practice with all of you. It's going to be a gentle, kind of foundational class today. So we're just going to start at the beginning. So I really hope that you have a great time. I have a mat here and I also have a blanket. So if you don't have a yoga blanket that looks like this, you can just grab a towel or a smaller blanket, maybe even like a small pillow. They're good if you want to sit on them to kind of give you a little extra lift, and also for padding for the knees if your knees feel a little more sensitive. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And if you'd like, go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your mat. I'm going to sit on my blanket here just so it's comfortable for my knees and my hips. And we're going to start with just some shoulder rolls. So roll the shoulders up and back a few times. A lot of times that tension can kind of build up in this upper shoulder neck space. So let's just work it out a little bit. I'm always going to offer a lot of options. Please take the one that feels best for you this morning. Always listen to your body. Let's take one more shoulder roll up and back. Good. And just let the arms relax, let the legs relax. And also, you don't have to look like me when you sit. You can change up the shape of your legs to whatever feels most comfortable for you today. If you'd like, you can close the eyes or find something to focus on, something that's not going to distract you. So if you've got some laundry around, maybe don't take a look at that. Find something a little calming, a little peaceful, something that you can just kind of focus on and relax. So we'll start with our breath. Breath is one of the best tools that we use in yoga to help find relaxation, kind of calm the system. So take a big breath in and then just let it out through the mouth. We'll do that a couple more times. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. One more time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice. So now just let the breath move naturally in and out through the nose. If it feels better to breathe in and out through the mouth, you can do that too. And start to find your own rhythm. So most of the time we tend to just kind of breathe through this upper chest part. But in our yoga breathing, we really try to expand through the whole, all of the lungs, lower, mid, and upper lungs. So maybe take that awareness down to your belly, like we're on your belly button, and see if you can feel your breath affect the belly. So maybe on the inhale, it expands a little bit, and then on the exhale, it relaxes. And we'll do that a few times, just breathing in and out and seeing if you can feel that belly expand and relax. Feel the shoulders soften, feel the jaw soften. And then maybe take your awareness now to those lower ribs. And see if you can feel that breath move from the belly up to the ribs now. So maybe that breath is just a little bit deeper. Belly and ribs, and then exhale. Let it all out. Keep that going. Belly, ribs, and all the way out. A few more reps. And then if you like, we're going to expand that breath even more. So belly, ribs, and then maybe you feel that breath rise all the way up towards your collarbones. All the way up, and then all the way out. Filling up all three parts of the lungs and letting that breath go completely. About 5 more rounds. So especially as you start to take this fuller breath, never feel like you need to rush from the inhale to the exhale. So your breath doesn't have to be as long as mine. Really just finding that length that's relaxing for you. This is all about you, all about finding your needs, what they are today, and listening to your body. Maybe 2 more rounds to go. Wonderful. If the eyes are closed, just slowly begin to blink them back open, and we'll roll the shoulders up and back a few more times. Okay, so hopefully you feel a little more relaxed already. And we'll start with some more movement. As we move through our physical postures today, I'm going to remind you over and over again to remember to breathe, because a lot of times as we start new movement or try anything new, we tend to hold and restrict our breath. So don't mind me if I ask you to breathe several times today. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. So any issues with the shoulders, you don't need to bring them directly overhead. You can take those arms wide if that feels better for the shoulders. But feel a good reach. So reach through those fingertips, reach down onto the mat, press down, reach up. And then bring those hands all the way together maybe, and back in front of the heart. Let's do that again. Reach out and up. Take up as much space as you can. Reach, reach, reach. And then bring those hands together and in front of the heart. Let's do that one more time. Reach out and up. And bring those palms together. Good. And also in our yoga practice, we talk a lot about intention or focus. So maybe you take this opportunity in these next couple of breaths to maybe find a word or a picture, something that you can keep in the mind that's kind of like your anchor through the rest of the class today. Something that just kind of brings you back here, especially as the mind always kind of tends to wander away. So maybe take just 2 more breaths here, setting that intention, setting that focus. And on the next inhale, reach those arms out and up one more time. Take up all that space. And we're going to twist towards the right. So bring your right hand behind you. Left hand can come out in front. Lift up really, really tall. And then maybe you take that left hand across to the right thigh. Lift up even taller. So we're always thinking about tall spines, getting long and tall. And then on the next inhale, reach those arms up. And we're going to try it out on the other side. So take that left hand back, right hand crosses over. Again, lift up really, really tall. And find a twist. Always getting tall. Don't forget to breathe. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, reach those arms back up. And bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Great, so as we're sitting here and doing some seated stretches, anytime you want to change the shape of your legs, please feel free to do so. Let's take the chin down towards the chest and slowly bring the head side to side. Getting into that neck and shoulder space, maybe even a little bit into the upper back. And then take the head over towards that right side and start to make tiny little circles with the chin. So just stirring that chin one direction, small little circles. And then stir the other direction, small little circles. And then find one place to pause. So maybe that place where you feel that stretch where you really, really need it. Left hand can reach down towards the mat or the floor, finding a bit of an extra stretch through that side of the neck and the shoulder. 2 full breaths. And then slowly bring the head back to center and take it over to the left. So we're going to do that same thing here. Start with a little bit of stirring of the chin. Again, doesn't matter which direction, we're going to go in both ways. Keep it going. And then stir the chin the other direction. And find a place to pause. Might be a little bit different than the first side. If you want, right hand can reach down towards the floor. And take a few full breaths. One more. Gently bring the head back to center and rise it all the way back up. Great, roll the shoulders up and back again. Get some movement there in that shoulder neck space. One of my favorite things to do to release neck and shoulder tension is to bring the shoulders up towards the ears and then just let them drop. A nice big exhale, nice big sigh. Let's try it again, up towards the ears, side out. Good, one more time. Up and side out. Great, reach those arms out and up. Palms come to press together. Very good. Okay, we're gonna change our shape here. So bring those legs out in front, give the knees a little bounce, maybe give the thighs or lower legs a little squeeze. You can rub around those knees, then sitting here for a little bit. And we're gonna come on to hands and knees. So I like to use my blanket here underneath my knees just to give myself a little extra padding. If you've got that towel or blanket or even small pillow, you can use that. So we're gonna come on to hands and knees. And if you have any issues with the wrists, you can always make your hands into fists. If you happen to have dumbbells, you can also use that. That'll take some pressure off the wrist here. And I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see what's happening with my spine here. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. As you inhale, you're gonna tilt your pelvis down towards the floor, kind of arch the back and take a little look forward. And then as you exhale, we're gonna tilt the pelvis up, start to round the back, press into the hands, and the chin can move towards the chest. We'll do that a few more times. So inhale again, pelvis tilts down, lengthen through that front body, take a little look forward. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Few more times, moving with your breath. Good. And it's okay if the breath is at a different pace than what you're moving. The breath doesn't always have to match the movement. It's just a helpful way to stay a little more present, a little more focused, but don't feel like you have to connect breath and movement together. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. We're gonna go back to child's pose. So that just means bring your hips back towards your heels. If that is uncomfortable for the knees in any way, you can always leave those hips lifted and just bring the forearms down to the mat. Let the head find a place to rest. And we'll come into this position quite a few times just to find that rest and pause in between our other movement. So let's meet back again together in table. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and take those hips a little bit side to side. Get some outer hip movement through outer thighs, even into your glutes. Good, and you're gonna come up onto the shins, onto the knees. So again, if you want some padding, always feel free to take a blanket or anything and bring it underneath the knees. Let's take the right leg out to the side. We're gonna keep the right hand on the right thigh. Left arm is gonna reach up and feel that reach. So reach from those left fingertips down to that left shin, nice and long through that left side, and then maybe bring it over a little bit towards that right. Stretching through the left side of the waist. Always finding that length. One more breath. Good, bring it back to center. And now you're gonna take that left hand down to the floor, down to the mat, and take the right hand up towards the ceiling or to the sky. Reach through both hands, nice and active arms. Good, 2 more breaths. And then we'll come back again to table. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Rock those hips a little side to side. Let's try it out on the other side. So now left leg goes out. And we'll come up onto the shin, onto that right knee. The left hand to the left thigh. Reach that right arm up, straight up towards the sky. Good. Feel that reach from shin up to those fingertips. And then you can start to reach over to that left side if you want to add a little extra opening along that right side of the waist. Couple more breaths. Good, bring it back to center. We're gonna take that right hand down to the floor. Left hand can rise up now towards the ceiling. Feel that press away. So hands pressing away from each other, feeling long from the top of the head down to that heel. 2 more breaths. Big full breaths. Good, let's come back again, tabletop. Now here you can come again into your child's pose, or I call it forearm table with the hips a little up and the forearms to the mat. Or if you want to go downward facing dog, try, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into that downward facing dog shape. Again, I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit better of what the shape is I'm making. Heels do not have to touch the mat. Lifting those hips up towards the ceiling. Hands are firmly pressing. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then we're going to come to stand. So however you want to find your way to a standing forward fold, find your way there. So knees are going to be bent a little bit. Head is heavy, arms are heavy. If you feel like that low back needs some extra support, you can always set your elbows on your thighs or your hands on your thighs. 1 more breath. Now again, maybe using those hands for support as you come to stand on those thighs, or reaching the arms out and up. Take another big stretch all the way up. Reach up through those fingertips. And then bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Fantastic. So we're going to come to the front of the mat. Take the feet about the width of the mat, or a little bit wider than the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back again. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Reach, 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 reach all the way up. And then spread those arms out wide like you're pressing down. Good, let's do it again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep it down. Good, 1 more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, press it down. Good, bring those feet back again about hip distance. Take your weight to your right foot. We're gonna try a little bit with balance. So left toes can touch. And if you'd like, maybe you start to try to lift that left foot up a bit. Play around with balance. If you've got a wall or a chair or anything nearby to hold on to, that can be really helpful. Good, bring that down. Give everything a little shake. Let's try the other side. Left foot down, right toes touch. Again, if you want, maybe lift up for some balance. Good, use whatever's nearby. Great, bring that foot back down. Again, give it all a little shake. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. And hands come together in front of the heart. Let's take the weight again to the right foot. Left toes can touch. If you want to try that balance, maybe the left foot lifts. And then you're going to take that left foot straight back. So you can either choose to tuck the toes under, or you can bring the heel all the way to the mat, kind of whatever feels better for the leg and for your balance. Right knee is bent. Arms are going to reach up. And then we're going to reach out and press those arms down. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press it down. Good. And this is called Warrior One. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, press down. Lovely. Take that back foot forward. Let's try to find balance on the left foot. Left foot down, right toes touch. Maybe that foot starts to lift, practicing a little bit more with balance. Keep that breath going. Great. Now right foot's going to step back. Again, you can tuck the toes under, or you can bring the heel down. Left knee is bent. And let's add those arms again. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, press it down. 2 more times, lift it up. And press it down. Good, again. And down. Lovely. So take that back foot, bring it forward, roll the shoulders up and back. Feet about hip distance. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. So as you fold, bend those knees. Hands can come to thighs, shins, maybe down towards the floor. If you've got a chair nearby, you can use that too. Head is heavy. Good, and press into the feet. Knees bend a little bit. Reach those arms out and up if you like, all the way up, nice and tall. Good, exhale, hands in prayer. Nice. Let's take the weight again to the right foot. Left toes touch. This time, let's see if we can turn the knee out. So the foot can definitely stay here, down, right down on the floor, toes to the mat, heel kind of towards your ankle. If you feel a little more comfortable with balance or you want to give it a try, you can take that left foot and kind of slide it up towards the calf. Again, using a chair or wall is a great option here. Take a couple more breaths. Arms out wide also helps with balance. Good, then take that left foot down, shake it out. We'll try the other side. So onto the left foot, right toes touch, knee turns out. Again, find your base. So find where you feel stable, add support as you need it. If you want, maybe right foot up towards the calf. Keep that standing heel really pressing down tall through the top of the head. Arms can be wide. 2 more breaths to go. Great. Release it. Shake it out. Let's add some more. So weight goes again to the right foot. Left toes touch, knee turns out. This is called tree pose. So start to find your way into your tree. Maybe that foot's down. Maybe you give it a try, bring it up towards the calf. Good. Now we're going to take that left leg and send it back. Now this is called Warrior Two. So my hips are turned towards the long side of the mat. Chest is turned towards the long side of the mat. Arms are reaching out wide. My right knee is reaching towards the front part of my mat and spread those arms out. So I'm just going to turn so you can see. So one knee is bent, one leg is straight, arms are reaching out wide. 2 more breaths here. Good, and let's add a little movement. Inhale, straighten that front leg, reach the top arm up, reach the back arm down, and come back again to center. So let me turn so you can see. So inhale, lift it up, straighten that front leg, and then spread it out wide. Good, 2 more times like that. Lift it up, straighten that front leg, and spread it out wide. Good, again, lift it up, and spread it out wide. Release the arms down. Good, take the feet back again to the front of the mat, roll the shoulders up and back, give it all a good little shake. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Head is heavy, couple breaths here. Maybe give the head a little shake, maybe sway a bit side to side. And when you're ready, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come together in front of the heart. Weight shifts now to the left. Right toes touch, knee turns out. Find your tree pose here. Hands can be together in prayer. They can be out to the sides. Strong, stable leg. Maybe that foot rises up if you want. 3 more breaths to go. Full inhales and exhales. You're doing great. All right, so now we're gonna take that right leg back. We're gonna find warrior two on this side. So hips and chest turn towards the long side of the mat, arms spread out wide. Again, here's the shape. Out wide. Good. Feel those feet pressed down, arms spread out, top of the head lifts up. And then we'll start that movement if you want. So front hand lifts, front leg straightens, back hand drops down and reach. And then spread it out. If you were to go, lift it up and reach. And spread it out. Good, again, lift it up. And spread it out. One more time, lift it up. And spread it out. Good, find your way back again to the front of the mat. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, fold down. Couple more breaths here in this forward fold. Always remember hands or elbows can come to thighs for some extra support. Head is heavy. One more breath. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up. Nice and tall. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Take those arms down and roll the shoulders up and back. Let's do a little opening for that shoulder back area. So take the feet about hip distance, maybe a little bit wider for some balance. Arms reach out wide. Take your right arm on top of the left and give yourself a nice big hug. So here it might feel nice to kind of move around a little bit, to kind of round the back some and sway a little side to side. Just get into all those little muscles there. Take the arms out wide. And now let's take the left arm on top. So opposite arm on top, give yourself another little hug, sway it around a bit. Good. All right, let's do it again. So this time take those arms out, take the thumbs and point them back toward you. Squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit open through the chest. Take the right arm on top. Nice big hug. So you can stay right here if you like. Or if you can keep those elbows stacked on top of each other, maybe you hook your fingers together. You can even bring the palms to meet. Finding that shape that works for your shoulders. Elbows, back. Good. Few more breaths here. I've just got that one arm stacked on top of the other. And then release it. Give it all a good shake. Nice. Let's try the other side. So reach those arms out wide again, thumbs point back, squeeze a little bit through those upper back, mid back muscles. And then take the left arm on top. Nice big hug. Same thing here. If you want to give it a try, elbows are going to stay stacked. Maybe you hook the fingers, maybe palms come kind of towards each other. My palms are definitely not touching like I was clapping. They're just kind of facing each other a little bit. So don't feel like you need to have them touching each other. Stay strong into the legs, that firm, steady base. Couple more breaths. Good. And then release. Give those arms a good shake. Roll the shoulders up and back again. Good. Take the feet a little bit wider. So again, maybe the width of the mat. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Lift up really tall and we're going to tilt the pelvis forward. Hands come down to thighs or shins. Head can be heavy if you want. Good. Bend the knees and rise all the way back up. We're going to try one more balance. So take the arms wide. Feet are going to be wider than hips here, a little wider. Take the weight over to the right foot, left toes touch. And maybe that left foot lifts a little bit. So find some balance. And again, take up all the space. Spread those arms out wide, lift the head up, reach out through the legs. And then bring that left foot down, release the arms. And you can take the hands behind you, maybe hold on to the wrists, maybe you clasp the hands together. If you've got that towel nearby, you can always grab that and help to keep those arms open without bothering the shoulders. One more breath wherever you are. Good, then spread those arms out wide again. Let's take the weight to the left foot now, right toes touch. And maybe that right foot lifts. Spread it out wide. Take up all that space. Doing great. 2 more breaths. And release it down. Roll the shoulders up and back. Let's take those arms back again. So if you want, hold on to the wrist, clasp the hands, maybe use that towel, open up through the chest. Good. Just reaching those arms back as the chest lifts. And then release the arm. Give those arms a nice good shake. Inhale, arms reach up again. Exhale, fold down, nice and slow. Couple breaths here. Head again is heavy. Maybe you give the head a little shake. Maybe you roll those shoulders around. And from here, you're going to find your way either back to your tabletop or to your downward facing dog. So feet can walk back, hands can walk forward, hips up for downward facing dog. If you prefer table, knees come down, and maybe you bring that blanket back in. If you're in your downward facing dog, you can press one heel down and then the other. If you're in your tabletop shape, maybe you take one leg back and reach it back, and then the other. Good. Coming into your child's pose or your forearm tabletop. Taking about 5 breaths of rest there. And when you're ready, we're all going to meet in a seated position, just for a moment. Roll the shoulders again up and back. Good. Take the shoulders down and bring the chin to the chest. Let's take another movement side to side here. All right. Head slowly comes right back up. Great. We're going to move down onto the mat. So I'm going to be sideways here so you can see me, but you can lay straight down onto your mat, back down to the mat. Slowly lower down, take your time. And once you reach the mat, maybe move around a little bit. So those knees can rock a bit side to side. Maybe take the arms, reach them up and overhead. Just kind of take a little moment to notice how the body is feeling after that movement. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Just give it a little squeeze. Let's circle the ankle and kind of bend the toes a few times. And bring that foot down. And then we'll try the other side, left knee in, circle the ankle, bend the toes. Good, bring that foot down. Let's take the right knee back in. This time, if you want, you can slide that left heel away. Get a long leg here as that right knee hugs towards the chest. Should feel pretty good, but any discomfort, always feel free to move and shift and find the best shape for yourself. Let's take the left knee back in, and the right heel can stay on the floor or the mat, or if you want, slide it away. Find that stretch here. Full breaths in and out. Good, take both knees back in again towards the chest. Take a little bit of a rock side to side. Let's take the right knee back into the chest, left leg can, again, either come to the mat or slide out long. So what you're gonna do here is take the right knee a little bit out to the right side and then cross it over just a little bit. So a little bit of a twist. This right hip might come off the mat a little bit. So we're just gonna go side to side. Take it out to the right and then cross it over to that left hand and bring it to the left. Back and forth. You can make those movements a little bit bigger if you'd like. But just take your time, working through hips and spine here. One more time, side to side. And then the next time that right leg crosses over the body and you find a twist, you can take the right arm out to the side and just go a little deeper into that twist if you want. Full breaths in and out, being conscious of how that low back feels here. And then bring it all the way back to center. Knee hugs in one more time, do one more squeeze, maybe circle the ankle and toes. Take the right foot down, the left knee comes in. And if you'd like, slide that right heel away. We'll do the same thing on this side. So take that left knee a little bit out to the left side. And then bring it to center and cross it over a bit. Starting that side to side motion. Going slow. Only taking those movements as big as it feels good for you this morning. Good. Let's do 2 more times, back and forth. And then the next time that left leg crosses the body, we'll come into a twist. Left arm can reach out to the side if you'd like. Feeling that stretch all the way along that right side of the body, left side. Jaw, eyes can soften. Shoulders relax towards the mat. And bring it all back to center. Let's take both feet down to the mat, knees are bent. And you're going to bring your arms by your sides, palms facing down, and kind of walk your feet in as close to you as you can. On the inhale, you're going to press your heels down. Feel like you could reach your knees forward, and as you do that, the hips are going to start to lift a little bit. And then exhale, lower back down. See if you can kind of slowly lower that spine, 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale to rise, press into those heels, press those knees forward, long through the spine, and then exhale, slowly lower down. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift, and we'll pause there at the top. So feel like those heels can press down, knees can press forward, inner thighs move a little bit towards each other. Arms can press down, and then slowly lower. All the way back again to the mat. Take a moment here. Bring those knees into the chest if you'd like, a little rock side to side. You can even take the hands to the tops of the knees and stir the knees in big circles. You can go one direction and then the other. Good. From here, we're going to move into your most comfortable shape. So maybe that means you keep the knees bent with the feet on the floor, arms to the sides. Maybe it feels good to stretch those legs out long. You can rest the arms overhead. You can roll to the side. You can even come up to a seated position. It's really the place where you feel most comfortable. So take the next few breaths to find your way there. You want to grab a pillow for underneath the head, you can. Maybe put your feet up on a chair. And once you feel settled, take a few more of those ha breaths in through the nose and out the mouth. Again, in and let it out. Again and out. Very nice. Eyes can be closed here again if you'd like, or maybe you find a spot to focus on. And bring your awareness now to the breath. So feel the breath moving in and out through the nose. Not really working so much on lengthening the breath right now, just noticing it. And with that breath, imagining like you can bring in whatever it is that you need today. So maybe it's relaxation, maybe it's peace, maybe it's focus, maybe it's a boost of energy. And then on your exhale, on that out breath, imagine like you could breathe out anything that you don't need. Worry, fear, tension, anxiety, stress. So as we exhale and breathe that out, we create more space for that in-breath, more space for that relaxation, more space for focus, energy, strength. Allowing all the muscles in the face to soften. Neck and shoulders release down. Hands and feet are heavy. Back and belly soften. And as the mind wanders, especially as we become more still, let's revisit that single focus, that word or picture, whatever you created at the beginning of class today. And really see that in the mind. Maybe you write the word with the mind's eye. Maybe you can really feel like you're inside that picture. And just know that the mind is going to wander over and over and over again. Just keep coming back. Just keep softening that jaw, keep softening the eyes, keep softening the shoulders, and feeling the breath move in and out, and in and out. Slowly begin to bring a little movement back to the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes. But staying with that calm sense, that feeling of relaxation throughout the entire body. And then maybe the wrists and ankles start to move. Knees and elbows. You can even bring the knees back into the chest and rock a little side to side. And slowly, in your own time, maybe rolling over to one side and taking a few more breaths there. Gently rising up, coming back again to a seated position. Taking a couple full breaths here. And one more time, let's sweep those arms out and up. One more big stretch. Palms come to meet in front of the heart. Bring the hands down. Thank you all so much for being here with me today and joining in this class. I'm so very grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ellen. This is incredible. I'm not gonna lie, this is my first go at yoga and I might have been a tad intimidated, but this was an incredible session. I feel so refreshed. I mean, this has done me a lot more good than my morning coffee. This is incredible.
I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I really think if we can find some time in our day, no matter how long it is, 5 minutes, maybe a whole luxurious 45 minutes like we had today, it can really help to get yourself a little started, get that movement in the body, kind of wake up nice and gently and just really have a great way to start the day.
Yeah, it was funny, you know, before we started, everyone was saying rise and shine, and I say I rise, but I do not shine. Um, at this point, I'm feeling a little bit more ready to shine. This was a very, you know, well-paced and just an easy introduction, you know, for somebody who was approaching this from a mindset of, I'm not going to do so well at this. So thank you, Ellen, so much for bringing this to us. I have a few questions from the community or from our participants today. Do you mind if I run through those with you real quick?
Love that.
Awesome. All right, we're going to throw you the tough ones. Just
Okay.
So we had some some folks in the chat mentioning something about adaptive yoga and chair yoga. Does your team teach chair adaptive yoga?
Yes, we have a chair class every other week on our Facebook group, but
Okay.
those are replayable all the time. So anyone can
Very
come
cool.
on at any time. And a lot of the classes that I teach on Sunday mornings or Sunday afternoons, they're almost always, I always give options for chairs as well. So a lot of this is just wherever you are, however you show up, we're so glad you're there. And we will provide as many options as we can to make you feel welcome and safe and relaxed.
Perfect, thank you. And for all those who are joining us today, you will be receiving a post-event email. So what we'll do is we'll make sure to include the link to the Yoga for Caregivers group, as well as their Facebook page link, so that you have that information handy. And then next question. When we folded our arms with palms touching, I felt this wonderful, cool feeling in my back. Is that normal?
Well, you know, the sensations that we feel in a yoga practice are always very unique to our own bodies because we're all made so wonderfully different from each other. I think it's great to have sensation, especially in that mid upper back area, because it is usually so tight. We really tend to shrug those shoulders up and squeeze those shoulder blades together. So any kind of opening and release that you feel is really wonderful. So I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, that is neat. Thank you so much. And I think that's honestly our Q&A for today. And of course, thank you again, Ellen, so much. Really appreciate your time this morning. And with that said, I know that a few folks are going to be excitedly anticipating a wonderful Hidden Heroes yoga mat as you know, prize winners for our participating in today's session. So those 4 winners are Pam Tucker, Angel Foster, Anne-Marie Bauer, and Teresa Rideout. So congratulations to our giveaway winners. Please email us directly at events@elizabethdolefoundation.org. Again, that's events@elizabethdolefoundation.org with a good mailing address, and we will get your yoga mats to you ASAP. And I mean, before we go, Ellen, is there anything else that you want to cover before we wrap up?
I'm just so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for having us and having Yoga for Caregivers here and joining with us in this wonderful way to just provide something for caregivers, because caregivers work so hard all the time. And it really is a huge blessing for us at Yoga for Caregivers to be able to share that and just kind of help support them in any way we can. So just thank you so much for letting us be a part of this great, wonderful association. So thank you.
Thank you. We're so glad to have you. And folks, if you're not already registered, please join us in HHCC. We totally encourage you to join our Facebook group for further updates with regard to both C3 as well as other community events that we do hold. So our group is an inclusive community for military and veteran caregivers of all service eras. If you care for a wounded, ill, or injured service member or veteran, we would love to welcome you into our community. Just visit hiddenheroes.org/register to get started. Again, that's hiddenheroes.org/register. Also, once again, be on the lookout for that follow-up email. This will include a recording of today's webinar, Ellen's resources and organization info, as well as a link to register with Hidden Heroes. Also, please don't forget to register and join us for next month's session on May 11th. Registration is required for each month's Maintaining Balance yoga session. So to register, just visit our website at hiddenheroes.org/C3. Again, that is hiddenheroes.org/C3. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us today, and a big thanks to our partners at Wounded Warrior Project and the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs for supporting our C3 series. Thank you for Yoga for Caregivers for joining us and making this possible. We hope you enjoyed today's C3. Stay in touch and have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.